Welcome to the Gaming Outsider Podcast. Gamescom took place in Germany, so the crew is sharing their favorite reveals from the biggest video game event on the planet. In news, there's more price hikes for PlayStation hardware, and BioShock 4 is having all kinds of troubles. You'll also hear impressions of the Rogue Prince of Persia, now that it's available on Xbox, and then Mark and Sean will tell us about their time with Particle Hearts and Space Adventure Cobra: The Awakening. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be seen at thegamingoutsider.com or on our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/The Gaming Outsider, or on our Discord community. You can find that in the show notes of this very episode. My name is Scott Clark. It is August 25th. I'm your host, and joining me are my good friends. First off, Mr. Zach Parkerson. How are you doing, sir?
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Yes. Also, Jake Gunderson. How you doing, man?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I am doing all right. We are here to talk some games. If this is your first time coming to the Gaming Outsider, we are so happy that you are here. We're going to talk about some of the games we've been catching up on, the week's news, and we got a lot to get into. So let's just jump right into it. Jacob, I'm going to skip you and go to Zach.
All right.
I'm used to it.
It's kind of
Zach, what have you been playing? What have you been catching up on?
Well, I was out last week, but I did beat Mafia: The Old Country.
Yes, satisfying?
Yeah, excellent. Very good.
Yes.
Big fan. Recommend it to anybody who can appreciate a linear, simpler game.
I was loving it.
So not Jake.
Yeah. Jake's like, it's not worth my money.
Wow.
I played through like half the game in one sitting and haven't touched it since. Just because I haven't. I'm that guy.
Well, we're also about to, Madden has kicked off the gaming season, right? So it's gonna be rough.
Is that the rule?
Games.
Madden releases and then it's just like fall season. It's all nothing.
Well, I remember that as a kid. That's how it used to be because you would go like the whole summer without any video game coming out.
That's not the case anymore.
No, I understand that, but just the end of September and beginning of October seem pretty stacked.
Yeah.
So get to it is what I'm saying. But yeah, great game. I also finally beat Star Wars Outlaws, which I've been picking away at for a while.
Oh, how'd that wrap up?
I think it's really good. It does that Ubisoft thing where like you can tackle kind of the big story chunks in any order, which can be unfortunate because they can't really ever refer to the things you've done because it doesn't know what you've done.
Right.
So that's a little disappointing, but because it's kind of shorter than the usual game, you kind of get through that a lot quicker. So it gets back to the part where like everyone can interact with each other, and it has good stuff with Kay Vess and her mom, who plays a big role in the beginning of the story. She kind of comes back into the thing. It's really good. I like it a lot. I think it's in the upper echelon of Star Wars releases.
I have not played it since they patched it.
Yeah, very different. Yeah,
like can you explain why? Because no one, I haven't heard anybody articulate well why it is different after the patch.
Sure. I mean, the biggest difference is going to be that all the no-fail stealth missions are gone. So
all of them.
Yeah, so you can, which is funny because like it definitely doesn't make sense in certain story instances. Where they're like, yeah, I mean, if you get caught, they're going to blow up a planet, and you're like, all right, cool, and then you just get into a giant gunfight,
and they don't blow up the planet,
right? So it's a little goofy there, but I understand people got frustrated, with the instant fail stealth. So whatever. But the other big difference is that if you remember when she would pick up a gun, she would drop it as soon as she did anything like climb a ladder or anything.
Yeah.
So now you can hold on to the gun until you run out of ammo for it, essentially. So it's another big difference. And then like those are the two biggest differences. I do feel like just the control overall is a little bit tighter. But I don't know if that's me imagining, or if they did pull a Witcher 3 where they actually kind of changed how she feels and move around.
Right.
But so it's definitely different.
I'm gonna ask you the same question I did about Mafia. Does it wrap up in a satisfying way story wise?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did the 2 DLCs as well. There's one with Hondo Ohnaka. That one's fine. But the other one is like Casino Royale. You're going in playing a high stakes sabacc game. Lando Calrissian is there. So he's kind of your main guy in the tournament because you gotta win if you win the tournament, you win a moon. Very Star Wars.
That's pretty high stakes.
Yeah, so you need to win it for on behalf of somebody, and that's really fun.
Now, does Lando look Like, does Lando look like original trilogy Lando, or
Yeah, he looks like Billy D. Williams.
okay?
Yeah, it
'Cause-
doesn't sound like him, but
Well,
obviously he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's because this is in between Empire and Return.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Nice.
good stuff there. And then I also because I've been craving some third person shooting after Mafia, I finally picked up The Division 2.
So this is the first time you've played the Division 2?
I think I played a couple hours of it, maybe when it was on Game Pass the first time,
Yeah.
like years ago. But then I picked it up here again, and it's some real good shooting.
I played a lot of that game. That was
Well, you haven't. Shut up.
what are you
Maybe not
talking
compared
about?
to you. What do you played, like 1,000 hours, Shake?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't put 1,000 hours in it, but I put like 150 hours in that game.
Well,
Ooh.
I put like 10 hours into it. It's pretty good so far. I really like it. There's just something really nice about like the Tom Clancy like military angle, but also in a post-apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of a fun little mashup.
And the shooting just feels good.
Dude,
Like
the shooting feels incredible. Oh my
Yes.
god, it's exactly what I was looking for. All the guns feel very different. A lot of different recoils. It's great.
Are you playing with the squad, or are you just playing by yourself?
Just playing with myself. Yeah,
Man,
sad and alone.
I don't think I ever played it alone. I was always playing it with people, and it was just so much fun, like complimenting each other on shots. If you see someone get a good headshot from a distance, and I'm gonna go over here, you go over there, just like coordinating, but not like super tactical. Like what's the other Tom Clancy one? Like Rainbow Six.
Rainbow
Yeah,
Six.
it's not like that kind of tactical, but
it does. Yeah, as long as you definitely need like I guess a suspension of disbelief of like that you have to put 15 rounds into a guy to kill him.
Yeah.
But I think as long as you're okay with that, and you should be if you're getting into a looter shooter, like you should expect that. So as long as you're okay with that, like, dude, the shooting is tight. You feel like a tactical badass. It's just good.
And it feels good seeing that health bar go down like more if you get a headshot or something. You know what I mean? Like it's
like getting a crit or
yeah,
or like breaking their armor feels really satisfying because their health bar goes away so quickly.
Yep, and you actually physically see it fall off of them too, don't you? Or if I remember correctly, it's been years.
That sounds right. But it's I don't even mind I'm not usually a big loot guy, but I guess I don't know, knee pads do it for me because I'm like, this is kind of a cool holster. Oh, okay. So, I don't know. It's working for me.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you're digging it. What about you, Jacob?
Me and my wife have jumped back into Enshrouded. We played this when I think it first came out, and I actually played a little bit with Kevin, and it's a lot of fun. Getting kind of stuck in the fog and almost dying and whatever. Now we're at a position where we're surviving a little bit better. But last night we had an issue where something happened. Something in the fog that kills you. There are denser parts of the fog, and it drains because it gives you a legitimate time that you can be in there. It just doesn't drain your health. If the timer goes out, you automatically die. So at the top of the screen, there's this.
Is this a extraction shooter? I don't remember.
Enshrouded? No, it's a
survival
open world.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever the algorithm is.
whatever the hot genre terms are.
Right. But yeah, so it gives you this little timer at the top of the screen. It's how long you can be in the fog. It goes up as you level up and whatever. But there's denser parts of the fog. And we were in a cave in the fog, just kind of going through it, and something blew up next to us and dramatically took our times down. And we were like, me and my wife were both sprinting out of this cave, like trying to just to survive. But no, I mean, it was gamescom, right? So they had a preview on there for, and I wouldn't say an expansion, but it's a new update. It's a bigger update for Enshrouded. And I didn't even realize that was coming out. We just kind of go like, well, we're out of other things to play. So what do you want to do? I was like, well, I know that it's been a year. It was probably 20 days to a year since we had played Enshrouded. So we just decided to pick it back up, and lo and behold, they have this really cool update coming. So,
hey, random coincidences are nice.
Right.
Getting the players back in.
Yeah.
You see, speaking of updates, you see Division 2, they're like ramping back up to
give
it stuff.
Yep.
That's interesting. I thought that game died years ago.
I did too, honestly.
I knew that they were working on the Division Heartland, which was supposed to be kind of a free to play looter shooter game.
And that got canceled.
that was scrapped, but apparently the Division 3 is in the works.
Right, but they released like a DLC story
Yep.
expansion back in May, like 5 years after the last expansion.
Yep.
That's very interesting strategy.
And it goes for about 45 minutes and then it ends.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's really short.
It's really short, yeah, but
Wow. I don't know.
It brings back stuff from New York from the first division.
I might find out because it's been tough to put down. It's really that shooting feels so good.
Oh yeah.
I assume you're playing on PS5.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that had cross-play back when it was a big deal. Does it include cross-play now?
I don't know. I mean, I never would have thought to ask you to hop back into an old game, Scott. Can you keep up with the games you like to play?
Yeah, that's true. I'm just like, I don't know. You talked about it as getting me the itch because that was a fun game to play together.
So the Division 2 does not support crossplay between PC and consoles.
We'll always have gears, Zach.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'd rather get you down on that.
Yeah.
Let's actually get each other pinned on the one we've been talking about for about 10 years now. And then
about playing together.
Yeah. And then after that we can get Dead Space 3. The one we've been talking about playing together
season
for
is coming.
5 years or so.
Because that is on Game Pass. You don't have to buy that one.
Is that right? Oh yeah. It's part of EA thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we get those out of the way, there we go. Then we can play some Division.
Okay. It won't happen, but Gears and Dead Space.
Dead Space better happen.
As for me, speaking of games I like to play, I went back to the well a little bit. I was on a trip this weekend. Went to Columbus with our producer Kevin to go see a concert, and that gave me a lot of time in the car. And I brought my Switch 2 and said, you know what? I haven't played Rogue Legacy in a minute, so I fired that back up and had my save. I had 3 of the 4 bosses completed, and I kept playing, and I finished the 4th boss, and then there is a final boss after that as well, and I did all of that to mop it up. And it promptly started my New Game Plus right afterwards, and I forgot how good that New Game Plus is because it still has all the stuff, but it ramps up all the enemies in the New Game Plus and basically is a great way to start over again and continue to build out I don't know what you call it, the castle that you're building to increase your stats and everything. So I think I'm going to keep playing it, man, on the go. That's a lot of fun. So I did that. Also, before I left town, I stopped. There is a place a mile from my school. For those that are listening for the first time, I am a 3rd grade teacher, and there's a place a mile from the school where I work that is a bar that has a mess of pinball cabinets, pinball machines. No. Jake knows what I'm talking about because we went there back when we were promoting R2V2, and I was supposed to meet. What's up?
I was gonna say if anybody's watching the show, I just mouthed the words. So,
So I was supposed to meet Kevin up where he lives, but he was running a little bit late for work, so I decided to stop in there and just play a couple rounds of pinball. And they had, lo and behold, they had 3 tables I hadn't played before. So I did not even realize there was a table based on the film Labyrinth.
Oh, okay.
This table came out like 2 years ago. So it was interesting to play that one. I wasn't a huge fan of that one because for one, I haven't seen the movie, so I have no connection to that movie whatsoever. But there was a Harry Potter table by Jersey Jack that was really interesting. That had a lot of moving parts in it. I enjoyed that one.
When it lists your ball, does it say Wingardium Leviosa?
I didn't get to make that happen, but I have to assume it happens. There is a I'm getting yelled at by Jake's wife here. Says you haven't seen the movie. No, Mindy, I have not seen the movie. And what's even funnier is I own the movie on Apple. On Apple, I own the movie. Someone gifted me a digital copy of it, and I still haven't watched it. I need to remedy that. Maybe I'll do that tonight.
Do you really own it?
I don't. I mean, I have access to a digital version of it.
All right.
Digital version of it.
Anyway, let's. What about the third table?
Third table is the one that is going to make me go back this Friday after school. I knew it existed, but I hadn't seen one in the wild. There's a table based on Dungeons and Dragons. Guys, this table is fantastic. It is so good because they do the DM thing as you're playing the table. There's somebody narrating a story to you. you walk into the cave and like this is going on while you're playing this.
Yeah, that's fun.
And you come across an encounter, and then on the digital screen you see the enemies that you're fighting, and then there's certain ramps and loops you have to hit in order to do damage to the enemies that you're fighting against. And you have a party, and at one point I heard the DM say the cleric is down. So someone from my party was down. I don't know why. I haven't learned the table well enough. Only played it 1 or 2 times. So I actually only played it the one time. But there's a giant plastic dragon on there that's moving his head up and down. There's shots to make him move, and it is just and here's the kicker. This is really cool because you play as a character, obviously, but I don't know if you know this about pinball tables, but they actually have a thing that you can scan on your phone, so you can actually create a Stern account. And then every time you play a Stern table, you can actually hit a QR code you can have a QR code on your phone, and the table will scan you. It's like how to keep track of your scores on their online leaderboard. But this one allows you to save your character from the table.
Yeah,
and so that if you go to play it again,
advantage.
right? So you just basically go and scan, and you're like continuing your quest the next time you play the game. Obviously, it resets your score, but you still have the same character and loadout. I don't know.
Do you know if they can get to level 7 or not?
Shots.
Probably very easily. Actually, you can get to level 7 because I hear it's not hard.
Yeah, you just
like
got to
in for regular people that play D&D.
It's probably much like getting to level 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6 even.
Yeah, it just kind of happens,
Right.
Yeah, but, so that was my weekend. I had a lot of fun with it, and I know I talk about pinball too much, but the fact that I have a place a mile from work that I can go play actual pinball
sounds dangerous.
It does sound dangerous, especially because those games are like $1 a piece now.
Yeah.
But I want to keep that stuff alive anyway, and I get off work at 3:10, or I can leave work at 3:10. Nobody's in that place at 3:30 in the afternoon on a Friday.
Right, so you just tear up those machines.
Yeah, it's just me and a beer, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's a new weekly ritual, man.
I was expecting you to when you were like, "Oh, there's a narrator on the table." Oh, bumper, 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 paddle, bumper, paddle.
No, not
paddle.
that bad. No.
That would terrible.
That would be horrible. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into the week's news. What do you say? If you haven't heard, this past week was Gamescom, which is arguably the biggest video game, event in the world now. I think it was even bigger than E3 when E3 was still alive, right? Is there anything bigger than Gamescom?
Other than the Keeleys, the Game Awards, maybe?
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, I guess you can actually go to the Keeleys, right? But it's just like that one presentation, right? This is more like there's, event spaces.
You're right, but it's probably the biggest trade show that's left, right?
There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
So it's just their opener that they show, right? Because it's like a 3 or 4 day event. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but announcements are happening, and if you're, if we ever went to Germany, I'm sure we could get in there and actually, play games early or what have you.
One day, man. We'll save up and we'll be able to go to Germany for Gamescom. How crazy would that be? That'd be fun.
That would be pretty nuts. You think the Denny's are similar over there?
The Denny's?
Yeah.
I mean, I hear the Cracker Barrel logos are still the same over there in Germany.
Oh, brother.
Gamescom.
One stupid controversy after the other.
Anyway, the reason I bring up Gamescom is that was most of the news this week. There wasn't a whole lot of extra stuff, and we're going to talk about Gamescom in our From the Outside In topic later on. But there were a couple things happening. There is a whole lot going on with BioShock right now, and PlayStation 5 is getting a price hike. And then lastly, PlayStation asserts more control over Bungie. Jake, what story would you like to talk about?
Let's talk about the price hike.
Okay.
So following the path of Xbox and Nintendo, PlayStation raised its prices. Every version of the console is raising its price by about $50. Sony said, similar to many global businesses, we continue to navigate a challenging economic environment. As a result, we've made a difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price for the PS5 consoles in the United States starting August 21st. Financial analysts everywhere said that this happened in response to President Trump's tariff prices, and here we are.
Policies, not prices, but
Oh, my bad. Speaking, I saw P and just assumed the
roll with
word.
it.
Right.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
feel
man.
like this is a big
Policies.
surprise.
I got
especially-
I got through a whole paragraph and didn't screw up once, and then I got to the end and,
You did.
and blew it.
I mean, on the bright side, they're not lowering the price of the previous console like Nintendo did.
Or
which-
increasing. Well, I
or
think
increasing,
isn't
yeah.
that I think like that might be a bright side on Nintendo is that you can get the Switch 2 for without the price hike yet.
Correct. But they were also
Yeah.
in the spot where they were releasing that console. They didn't say what that price was
Right. Till last second.
Mm.
Yeah.
for a long time. So
I
they don't
remember.
have to look like they don't have to go back on their original price,
Mhm.
but they were also able to set the bar
I
basically.
mean, it is weird that the Switch 1 got a price increase.
Yeah.
8 years after release. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is nuts. Like, I don't know. I mean, who's buying? I mean, I guess I get it. The Switch 2 is significantly more expensive than the Switch
Not
1.
anymore.
Yeah, right. What is the Switch 1 now?
It's not
350?
Yeah. Right. So for 100 more, you get a Switch 2.
That's just kind of nuts to me.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, this wasn't really much of a surprise, but my question is, does that include the Pro?
Yeah.
Because
So
I
It
think
said all
$750.
versions.
Yeah.
Oh,
$750 console now.
I mean, that just seems like a drop in the bucket. An extra $50 on top of 700.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I already thought 700 was insane. For
That's
the
what I'm
Pro
saying.
offered. Yeah.
the 700 was just nuts, and I mean, maybe if I were the PlayStation, if I were a bigger PlayStation guy, I would probably be all over that. But I would still feel weird about paying $700 for an Xbox, even if it said it did the same things that the Pro
Yeah.
did.
I am a bigger PlayStation guy and somebody who got the PS4 Pro when it came out, but I did not get the PS5 Pro. No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Here's the thing that scares me, man, is we still don't know the price of the ROG Xbox Ally X or whatever the order. I
Yeah.
can't remember the order.
$10,000.
Oh yeah, there was a placeholder thing on what was it, Best Buy or something?
Yeah.
That was $9,999.99.
Dude, it's worth it for the Xbox logo on a portable handheld.
Oh my
don't you think?
goodness.
Oh,
But
yes.
here's the thing. That's the thing I really want, like to be able to play my
Yeah.
Xbox games anywhere in the house, not have to be tied to my TV.
Get achievements wherever you want
Right.
in the
But
pooper
Scott,
or
Your phone is an
patio.
Xbox.
It is.
your
but
phone
that's
is
a
an
pain in-
Xbox. Your
that's a
computer's
pain
an
in the butt.
Xbox. Your PlayStation's an
Your
Xbox. Everything's an
your-
Xbox.
But it's making me nervous because that thing's going to be like $1,000, right? There's no way I'm spending that much money on a handheld thing to play.
I
Even
was
that's
gonna say you gotta vote with your wallet, right? Not buy it.
I will be voting with my wallet by not buying it.
Well, luckily CB will buy 3, so
Yeah.
it won't
I'll
make
just
an
borrow one of
actual
his.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
No, he'll
sweat it.
buy one, and then I'll buy his, his hand-me-down because I don't need the Xbox logo on it and all the optimization. I just want
I
to play
think
my
he-
games.
I think he might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this sucks, but there's no. It felt inevitable when Xbox and Switch did it earlier this year.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
totally. Kind of expected it. What about
it,
you,
it
Zach?
really does like put a fire under my ass. Like, dude, I gotta find a way to get a Switch too, huh?
Before the
like-
race?
Yeah, before it goes to like 550 or something.
I got to tell you, by the way, I was in Columbus hanging out with Kevin and his family, and
You said that already.
Kevin's son asked me what I thought of the Switch 2. And I said,
Uh-huh.
dude, it's really great. It's exactly what I wanted. Basically everything I've said here on the show, that
Right.
it is an upgrade to a Switch, which is all I wanted. It doesn't do anything mind-blowing like most Nintendo consoles do, like in terms of innovation, but it feels better in the hand. The screen is great. It's very sturdy. I don't feel like I'm breaking it. He's like, yeah, I just don't know about it. I'm like, have you played it? And he's like, no. And Kevin made a comment like, yeah, you understand that he hangs around groups of people that just hate on everything, even though they haven't played it. So like, you want to try it? And he's like, nah, I'm fine. I said, okay, whatever. I walked to the next room like 10 minutes later and just got it and fired up Mario Kart and then just put it in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes later, he's like, you know what? This is actually pretty cool.
No, that's what happened to me in Best Buy.
Yeah. So it's not just me.
I guess
I turned somebody around.
it's good for the console, right? That like all it takes really is like half hour, and you're like, oh, this is significantly better than the Switch.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
It really, and you should see it on TV too. Like it.
I mean,
Like,
the screen, just the handheld screen alone is like it just pops.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But then I put it, like I told you, I think I played it on handheld for like forever. And I finally put it on there to play Bonanza when Jake was at my house. And I was like, it looks, I mean, clearly it's going to look better, but I wasn't ready for it to look that much better. And it
That much
really
better,
did.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right, moving on. Zach, got another story you'd like to talk about?
I'll get the other less interesting story out of the way for you, so you can talk about BioShock. PlayStation is starting more control over Bungie, which is something they had threatened to do if Bungie kept missing their milestones, which is no secret that they have. As part of this, Pete Parsons is stepping down as CEO with Justin Truman taking over. Pete Parsons famously kind of oversaw a lot of the later Destiny 2 and most importantly oversaw this sale to Sony.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much of a surprise, right? Because Destiny 2 has been pretty unpopular as of late. Their latest expansion did not see the player retention they typically do. Even bigger drop off than usual, which I think makes sense, especially because like the expansion before this was like the ending, right? So I don't know what.
That's what I thought. I don't follow Destiny lore, but I feel like I thought things were wrapped up in that arc,
right?
At least.
So I'm not really sure what they expected there. I feel like I would assume most Destiny 2 fans are like, okay, Destiny 3 now. Yeah, and then obviously Marathon has been delayed indefinitely. No new release window or anything for that one, so that's not good either.
I mean, also, Destiny 2 came out in 2017. That was,
right? Yeah,
8 years ago. I mean, how long do you expect these legs to be?
Yes, and I'm going to sound very redundant because I've said it 100 times on the show, but they can never get new players because they deleted all the intro storyline content.
Right.
And Destiny prides itself on it being narrative focused. So if people are going to want to catch up, and you won't let them.
Yeah, you could get away with that with Overwatch, but probably not Destiny.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Sony acquired Bungie for $3.6 billion in 2022. And if you remember, they gave them a infamous amount of freedom compared to the other first-party studios, that they could basically keep making the games they want to make, and they could put it out on Xbox if they wanted to, and they could run. There's no real oversight, but that's changing because that's got to be the worst acquisition in PlayStation history.
I mean,
they basically bought a lemon.
For $3.6 billion.
I mean, they were not worth $3.6 billion even in 2022, but I think that was part of Jim Ryan's huge, like, we're going to 10 live service games in 5 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
Didn't work out.
Bad planning.
I have a confession to make. I've not played anything outside of the beta of Destiny. I feel like I got my fill with that. I don't know. It wasn't for me. I felt like everything was bullet sponges when I played it.
Confession.
Yeah.
I have never touched a Destiny.
Really? That surprises me. I would think you would like it, actually.
I was too busy with Warframe.
Oh, yeah.
It's very similar. I have a confession. I've somehow put 30 hours in the first Destiny, but that was mostly because of my friend who has put, I think, over 5,000 combined hours into Destiny 1 and 2.
Good Lord.
And she would constantly harass me to play. Somehow I caved for 30 hours worth of it, even though I don't think I liked it past the first hour. But that's the kind of friend I am.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I think when I played it, I remember even before the internet blew up about how bad it was. But do you remember Peter Dinklage's voice as the... I don't even remember what the character's name is. That wizard came from the moon.
The Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah, I didn't even...
Was it?
Yeah, it's Ghost.
Okay.
It didn't really... He was supposed to be a robot, but it didn't really matter because all the other dialogue was so awful in that game. Like characters literally going like, I don't even have time to explain why I don't have time to explain this to you. And you're like, oh, you're going to go ahead and ship that one, huh?
Yeah.
Somebody thought the dialogue was going to be awesome.
I really hope we don't have a whole lot of like people that just love Destiny, just like writing me letters right now. But
hey, more power to. I think they would agree with you. Or like Destiny 1, like you had to get all the story on the app. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
All the lore pickups, you had to read them in an app. So I think Destiny 1 fans would agree with you that the first game was not where it was at.
But I mean, there's a what's the website? Is it GameSpot? That I go there to look up news every once in a while, and they still have a weekly article that's like, where is Xur located
Yeah,
this
where is
week.
it?
Like,
It's probably automated at this point.
I was just like,
Right.
it just blows my mind that that's like still a thing. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, the last story that you guys left for me is whatever is going on with BioShock. Man, I think we all are. Maybe I'm speaking just for myself, but I am craving a new BioShock because I miss being as excited for games as I did BioShock and BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
But the long in development BioShock 4 failed an internal review milestone. That sure doesn't sound good. Studio head Kelly Gilmore and creative director Horgath de la Plante have both been removed from the project. Major parts of the development are being overhauled, and the narrative will see a major rework. This sounds like Metroid Prime 4.
Yes, very much. Yeah, you're right.
Over 80 employees have been laid off at Cloud Chamber in the wake of restructuring, roughly 1/3 of the studio. That's insane.
Dude, yeah.
How far along was this game?
I mean, because I feel like they announced this thing so many years ago when Cloud Chamber was formed. What was that, like 2015-ish?
That long ago?
That sounds right.
Oh my gosh.
Because remember, Ken Levine left Irrational and they closed that down. And I feel like they started Cloud Chamber up a few years later. I could be wrong on the dates, of course. But
do you think Ken Levine is just sitting back in his chair going, yeah?
He's probably just like, dude, Juice is going to rock your world.
But they have a fix. And that fix comes in the in the way of Ron Ferguson.
Rod,
sorry.
Oh, no, is it Ron?
It is
Now
Ron Ferguson.
Confused.
I think it's Ron
Okay.
Ferguson.
Okay.
What kind of podcasters are we here?
You threw me off. I was
Gears of War, BioShock Infinite, Diablo 4. He's being brought in as the new studio head, as well as franchise lead for all things BioShock. So Ken Ferguson saved this game. He was famously, if you remember back in the day, the closer who was brought in on BioShock Infinite to rein the project in when things got out of hand. So hey, it's like calling in a relief pitcher in baseball, right?
Life is cyclical for Rod Ferguson.
But keep in mind, this game was announced to be in development back in 2019, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
This is nuts to me. So, hey, if this is what it takes to get the game where it needs to be, I'm all for it. But man, 1/3 of the studio, that just makes me feel bad for playing the game.
That to me sounds like they really are going back to near the ground level on this thing, right? Because otherwise you would need a team to bring it in. But
Right.
if you're restarting a lot of parts like this, I mean, reworking the story, I guess, is going to rework a lot of things in a BioShock game. So yeah, so it sounds like we're gonna have to wait another 6 years for this game.
That third of the team just made the Pipe Dream mini game. That's it. They're like, we don't need that anymore.
They're the most important part then.
I don't care. That game I still love that mini game.
I think it's great. I'm agreeing.
I never wanted to hack because I just wanted to play the Pipe Dream game.
Yeah, I just wanted to. It's a fun way to make the turrets on your team.
Oh, I love that, dude. That was so satisfying playing through that game. But I want a new experience.
Yeah, I guess I somewhat applaud 2K for refusing to put out a bad BioShock.
Yeah,
but man, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I hope they keep the Antarctica setting that was leaked.
That was gonna be my next question: is where do you want this one? Because the first two were in Rapture, the third was in Colombia. Antarctica would be pretty cool,
right? Well, I feel like it's the last that or like the moon, I guess,
or the desert, like I don't know, the Gobi Desert or something like that.
You make a beautiful oasis city in the middle of the desert.
I don't know about the moon. That would feel
too close to Prey,
or Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
I don't know. I don't think you have to worry about comparisons to Borderlands, the pre-sequel, man.
No, just because like Borderlands, the pre-sequel took place on a planet that had very low gravity and no oxygen. Yeah. So like there was this constant, I just don't want to play those kind of games where I got to manage my oxygen and all that garbage. But
I mean, it's a timer. It's a timer right there.
Those games.
Yeah. You don't play Borderlands games or just games that?
Oh, I love games when you have to manage things like that.
Why?
He loves managing things. It's a pretty constant through line with the man.
I know, but I just genuinely, this needs to be a topic some week. We need to have a topic about micromanagement in games.
There's one game that I play. It's called Planet Crafter, and when you first start the game, I think you have 30 seconds of air outside of your habitat, but your habitat doesn't even exist yet. You have to build it. So like
You have
You
30 seconds
land-
to build a habitat.
Yeah. I mean, well, you have a little like crash pod, but you can't do anything in it, but you can get your air from it. So in little 30-second intervals, you have to leave the crash pod, get materials, and then build your habitat. And then even after that, you still only have 30 seconds to go upgrade all of your stuff outside.
That sounds
And,
so
and,
stressful.
and eventually you get upgrades to be outside more. But yeah, I love those games. Anything that has to do with like oxygen, air, that was the same thing. Yeah, oxygen, temperature, hunger, any of that kind of stuff. I love it.
So are you a guy that like played Fallout with where you had to
Oh yeah,
you had to eat food and all
from
that
the
kind of
start.
stuff? Really?
I have never played Fallout without survival mode on.
Jacob,
I've never turned it on.
Jake, you gotta play Kingdom Come Deliverance, man. You gotta sharpen your own swords in that thing.
See, that would be cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's awesome.
I have a feeling that's going to be on Zach's top 10 list, so it'd probably be good to have at least one other person playing that game.
Yeah, I think
Okay, twist my arm. Oh no, I have to do the things that I like to do. Oh,
yeah.
Does that have co-op? Can he play that with his wife?
No, she could watch though. She could play her own campaign, and then they could see like, oh, I did this where you did that. Oh, that's so interesting.
I am still trying to get Mindy to play Subnautica 2 if it ever comes out.
Is she thassalophobic?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You just wanted to say that word.
Yes, he did.
I know. What
Is she afraid of the sea?
I'm polysyllabic over here.
See, look at her.
She says that it is not happening.
Oh, it will. I'll get you to play
Shout
the first
out-
one. The second one never comes.
If she
Shout out to
does,
Melinda Gunderson, who is here for every one of our live shows.
she is. Every single one. She's here listening, and I appreciate that. Well, moving on, that is the week's news. We've got a couple announcements. This is not a brand new announcement, but I want to remind everybody, if you would like to hang out with us, or at least Zach and myself, Zach and I are going to be going on, and maybe Jacob. I'm still working on Jacob. I'm still working on Kevin. Don't know. But we are going on a cruise in July next year, 2026. It is a Hollywood Outsider / Gaming Outsider cruise. We're joining forces, leaving from Vancouver, British Columbia, with various stops in Alaska. It's going to be an awesome week. Be sure to check out our link in the show notes for that. You will not want to miss it. It's going to be a good time. Come hang out.
Okay.
We'll do all kinds of gaming. It's going to be great.
Idea.
Yeah.
Instead of going on a cruise, we go to Gamescom.
How about we go on a cruise to Gamescom? I'm sure a boat
There you
can
go.
make it to
I don't-
Germany, right?
Yeah,
The last time a
can
boat
make
made
it
it
to Germany.
The last
No
time
way.
a boat made it to
Wait, no.
Germany.
I think famously you have to go through France, don't you?
Yes, you do. France
Yeah.
is further west. Thomas Bex is screaming at his podcast right now because we don't know European geography.
We just did. We just said we know it.
Also, we got an update on R2V2. If you've been listening to the show for any length of time, you know that we put on a video game convention here in Rockford, and this year it's going to be on October 11th at Cliff Breakers in Rockford. We're going to have vendors selling games. We're going to have a VR game that you can play. It's like a 3D shooter, 4-on-4 against each other in the basement. There's going to be video game tournaments. There's going to be live music after the event. But if you listen to a recent episode, we had a guest by the name of Paul Niemeyer, who is responsible for the infamous Mortal Kombat logo. And he reached out to me this week and said that he is, in fact, available to come to R2V2 on October 11th. So he will be joining us. If you'd like to meet the guy that is responsible for making that logo, maybe get a copy of your game signed by him, come meet him. You've already heard his story if you listen to the show, but if you haven't, come listen to the story. It's going to be great. Check out thegamingoutsider.com/R2V2 for more details. You can also pre-order your tickets, get a discount on them. We would definitely appreciate it if you did so. Lastly, one last housekeeping thing. If you like what you're listening to and would like to support us at The Gaming Outsider, you can do so on Patreon. If you sign up for $3, it'll give you access to our episode ad-free and also any bonus content that we do. I was actually talking to Kevin this weekend when we were in Ohio about the game Moonwalker. Remember Michael Jackson's Moonwalker on the Sega Genesis? I think there was an arcade version and Master System. I've never played it. And I didn't even, this is how dumb I am. I didn't know there was a movie that was based on. I had no idea. I've never seen the movie. So we were talking about.
There's a Moonwalker movie?
Yes. Okay. So I'm not the only one.
I had no idea.
The game was based on the movie. Like the movie apparently has all these different vignettes. Like that whole like Smooth Criminal thing was like a vignette in Moonwalker and that is what the game is based on, is that whole smooth criminal aspect of it. And I looked it up because we posted it. I don't know if you guys have seen like the daily, like this on this day in history and game this game was released. That's when we did recently, and it scored ridiculously high on reviews, like 9 out of 10s, lots of 9s.
Yep.
Shut up. One more time.
Shut up.
One more time.
There was lots of 9s out of 10. 9s out of 10. There we go. Anyway, so we might be doing that, and we got to do some other stuff. We haven't done a Peace of Mind in a while. We haven't done a Break the Seal. We got to get some listeners on and to hear their top 5 desert island games.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
get
sure.
some more content out as well. All right, we're gonna go ahead now and jump into the new games that we've been playing. I know what game Zach's gonna be playing out of this list. I'm just saying it right now.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. I'm just saying it. You may hear a noise from me when Zach reads a certain game because I know it's going to be on his list. But
I'm intrigued. On August 29th, we see the release of long in development action RPG Lost Soul Aside coming to PS5 and PC. 2D ninja action game Shinobi Art of Vengeance comes to PS5, PS4. Xbox Series console, Xbox One, Switch, or PC. Family-friendly horror. You can get your family-friendly horror fix with Goosebumps, Terror in Little Creek. PS5, Xbox Series console, Switch, or PC. A post-apocalyptic driving adventure game Heading Out comes to PS5 and Xbox Series consoles.
I thought that was about birth.
Heading out. It's head first. Man, you're confusing it head first.
I see a light.
That's the end of the tunnel. September 2nd sees the release of mech action game Metal Eden. Mech action game Metal Eden, PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PC. September 3rd is Hirogami. It's an origami platforming game called PS5, PC. And then survivors like or it was a bullet. What do we call them? Auto shooters.
Auto shooters.
Yeah, auto shooter Jotun Slayer Hordes of Hell comes to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC.
That's just fun to say.
Hordes
Jotun
of Hell.
Slayer.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that too.
I mean, you put Slayer at the end of anything, it sounds fun to say.
At least sounds cool.
Marshmallow Slayer.
Well, I guess you just proved it right away. Jacob, on this list, is anything calling out to you?
Jacob just wants to hear me make my noise again.
It's like the one time he pulls a me, it's like, oh geez. Probably Shinobi Art of Vengeance. You guys have been talking everything good about this game, so I eventually have to try it.
I mean, you could have tried the demo.
It's good. Yeah, it's out there. What about you, Scott?
Oh, yeah.
Same. That game. I feel guilty saying that's what I'm going to play when I bought Ninja Gaiden and didn't finish it. But there is something about the frenetic feel of this one that feels more modern. You know, Ninja Gaiden feels like a throwback. This one feels like a modern take on the 2D Ninja game, and I'm there for it.
Yeah, so I guess it's a hat trick, a 3 for 3, 100%. Because I would also pick Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I doubt I'll have the finances to pull it off because there's a lot of games I gotta put my money towards, coming out in the later weeks. But I was blown away by the demo for this game. It is truly a great 2D action game. It's an instant. You instantly feel awesome.
I agree.
Super cool.
Even just in the demo.
Yes. Like just that little ability where you can kind of queue up a whole screen of enemies to do the finishers on all at once.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like a total ninja.
Well, and it's not easy to pull off. Like you have to actually like have them all in a state, if I remember correctly. They all have to be like in a staggered state, and then you pull it off, and it's just it's just
and you feel amazing.
Yeah, like you got to earn it as opposed to some abilities you get in games where you just build up a meter and then press a button and it does it. Like you really got to. Yeah.
And it seems self-aware of the stupidity of its premise, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, it is a ninja clan fighting a military organization because the only thing that stops them from world domination is this one obscure ninja clan. So they got to wipe them out.
Aaron Hughes wants to know: is there any connection to the old PS2 Shinobi game that I haven't played? So I'm hoping you guys know how to answer that question. But I'm guessing by the looks on your faces.
I don't believe so. I assume this is its own thing. Did you even play as Joe Musashi in the PS2 Shinobi game? It's the same. It's the same franchise, but it's kind of it's a very different thing. I feel like. I know you had that long, flowy, cool red scarf in that game. I remember that. So that's my big memory of Shinobi on PS2.
I don't remember. Was there a long flowing scarf in this one? In the I don't remember.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
So
speaking of long flowing red scarf,
yeah.
This conversation. Oh, sorry. Speaking of side scroller madness that you guys think is badass, both of you have been playing the Rogue Prince of Persia.
To be
Hell yeah.
direct, I haven't played nearly as much as Zach because he played this back when it was released in early access on PC.
Mm-hmm.
And this just like shadow dropped this week on console. I didn't even know it was coming to console, much less Game Pass. So
Game Pass, very nice. Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys have Game Pass out there, you can go play this game right now. Was not expecting that. That was actually a pretty fun. That was announced during Gamescom, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was certainly a Gamescom news. So I'm not talking about it later, because I can talk about it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Self-Drop, we knew it was coming out in August to 1.0. We definitely did not know it was coming to consoles. Certainly didn't know it would be on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So win all around.
Zach, I know you're interested because you didn't play Dead Cells, correct?
I have not, no.
Okay, so that is what game I assume everyone is going to compare this to because it's obviously made by Evil Empire, the same developer. And this definitely has a very similar formula. Like, you know how the levels are... So for the people that haven't seen what this game is a 2D roguelite as opposed to a roguelike. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I guess.
I can't remember.
If we're getting into the weeds on it, yeah.
Yeah. Where, 2D from left to right going through, but there are branching paths. This was a huge thing in Dead Cells where there's not just one exit. Like you could take a north exit or a middle exit or a south exit or an exit buried hidden in somewhere that will take you to a different path, but it doesn't do a branching path. You know how like with rogues like this, there's a little thing at the bottom that says this is how far I've made it through here or whatever. But I feel like Dead Cells had like actually showed you different branches that you could take. So if you went to this, it would lead to these other sections. I haven't seen that in here yet.
Yeah, it's not happened here. Because if you look at the world map, it's got kind of like vertical slices of levels essentially.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And whenever you get to the end of any of they can go to any of the other in the next slice. So you always have a lot of options.
And you can fast travel. Is that what you're saying? Is you can fast travel back and forth?
You could do that too. No, but I'm saying like when you get to the end of a level, it's not like a branching path of like, well, I guess I can only go the north way across the city.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you pick the north option, you can go to the south option of the next one if you want to.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good way to say it. But the parts are there of Dead Cells. Again, I know you haven't played this, but you know how you have a starting weapon that you pick like on the run. You know, that is a thing. The whole idea of that you start with the weapon and I remember I would say like in games, I love it when it forces you to work out of your comfort zone because this game does that where you have a starting weapon, you get a second one. It doesn't necessarily feel right, but it becomes your go-to. Like then you miss that weapon.
Yeah.
And then you find another one and then that becomes your go-to weapon. I love that loop in this game.
Well, and I love that, like, yeah, you're like, oh, the broadsword's my guy, and then you don't get another broadsword for 4 more runs. It's not your guy anymore.
Right. And then you get the broadsword and you're like, I really want that other weapon now. You know what I mean? It's that constant, like whatever is out there is not good enough for you, but
you have to be constantly adapting.
Yes. And I love it when games do that. What's really interesting to me, and this is going to sound like I'm talking negatively about it, and I'm not, but the controls don't feel as tight as Dead Cells to me. Dead Cells is very much like the response time is just instant. You know, like when you play like a Super Meat Boy, like it's just very precise controls. And I think that it is done a little bit more loosely here intentionally because of the fact that you were able to run up the walls and
that's a huge thing in this game is that you can wall run on any background.
Correct. And it's really clever how they've done it because you're in a town that there are walls there, but sometimes walls aren't there. And I love
Yeah.
how like they kind of telegraph that you can do this at the beginning of the game. They actually put footsteps on the walls to be like, oh, you can run across this wall, Titanfall style or Prince of Persia style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there's a gap there, you can't. But you can also go straight up. So there
Yeah.
there
So
are
you can go in
moments,
any direction you want on the wall,
right?
which is cool.
Which is like you said when we were talking about this over text, is why they don't allow you to play with the D-pad, which is an instant frustration for me.
Yeah. We were talking, I think just a couple weeks ago on the show about how 2D games should require you to use a D-pad.
Right. It was
But
the week I was gone. I remember hearing that on the show.
but Rogue Prince of Persia does not, and I think it is very much on purpose because they want you to know, like, you constantly have to be running in all these different directions that it would not flow as well on a D-pad.
Correct. And
You really
then
need
the part I don't remember if you explained this when you played this back on PC. If you did, I didn't understand it. But there's a mechanic in this game that allows you when you get into like this flow state of parkour, where
Mhm.
every time you hit a pole or every time you hit a ledge or an enemy or whatever, if you time it correctly, it builds up your breath meter.
Vayu's breath. Yeah.
And then as that goes up, your character runs faster and is able to move quicker, and you just get into this. And so it just becomes almost like a speed run thing, even though there's no rewards for speed running. It just feels awesome to do.
Yeah, when you can find certain medallions that let you use that to your benefit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I haven't come across any of those yet.
It might, like, there's one where when Vayu's breath is activated, you're just constantly exploding flames around you.
Oh,
for instance,
that's helpful.
Yes, yeah, but no, that was not in the first batch early access.
So really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's a good example, and the medallion system is different because they used to be like position based, where like if the medallions were near other certain ones, it would kind of give you different results. But now
they do it like you could get pairs of similar medallions or something.
So it's largely been simplified, which is fine because the game is so much about moving fast and you want to be constantly kind of going that it did kind of slow it down to be able to try to do a inventory puzzle in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Does the combat evolve a little bit more? Because I feel like I'm just kind of doing the same thing, like dodge rolling past a guy and then attacking him from behind. Like, I feel like that's mostly what I'm doing with these guys, except for like the heavily shielded guys. You have to, I guess you can kick rocks into them and stuff, but like,
with the enemy types, it'll get a lot trickier in the later biomes.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of just the way their formation, like the kick's always going to be pretty effective. It's kind of a unique thing here because you can kick enemies into obstacles or into each other to stun them, or you get rid of their shield because some enemies have shields that you can get through that way. But as you get on later, there's going to be like a lot of aerial enemies, or there's going to be kind of elite enemies that can maybe heal other ones or something like that. So it's not, you're going to have to, it evolves. Okay. It evolves, but it never becomes like you're never going to be like in one fight for longer than 15-20 seconds.
Yeah,
maybe because I think it's it's more focused on that flow, as you were saying.
I did get to a boss. I was not able to pass him. It was I feel like it was severely under leveled or whatever you call it in a rogue.
Did you get to Brood?
Is that his name? Is Brood? I remember it looking like a big red guy, and he talked a bunch of smack at me.
Was she charging around the battlefield?
Yes.
Yeah,
he would do these things where he would smash the ground and then waves would come at you.
She's a she. She's got boobs.
Mine was not a she.
She's a she.
Okay.
Next time, I mean, yeah. If you're early in the game, the first boss is Brood.
Okay.
She's a she. She's a big old monster lady, though.
Wow. I did not realize that was a female character.
That's okay.
I feel bad for assuming her gender.
I was just like, if you look at the character design while she's talking, she got the movies.
I was so into the dialogue, Zach. I was not paying attention.
Well, I had already read it in early access, you see, so I was excused to let my eyes wander.
But I will say this, and I'm not knocking this game, but once you get some time into Rogue Prince of Persia, I would really be interested to hear what you think of Dead Cells, because Dead Cells feels very, at least right now, it feels more frenetic in a good way. This feels more like they're going for the realistic kind of movement. It doesn't feel arcadey as much. It's very arcadey, but it's not as snappy. And I think that's intentional because there's a lot more parkour stuff going. In Dead Cells, it's just it's just platforms and and taking out enemies in clever ways. But man, that game is cool. This game is really cool too.
Yeah, I was gonna say part of what I think so engaging about Rogue Prince of Persia is the movement, though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But it's also I'm also in that weird spot where it feels like an Evil Empire game, but it feels off to me because I played Dead Cells so much.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I'm sure. I bet that would be confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be impossible not to constantly compare.
Right. But it would be interesting to hear someone to go the opposite way, to start with Rogue Prince of Persia and go back there. So like after
I'll do that. I'll do the experiment.
Yeah.
I have 1-2 runs of Rogue Prince of Persia, so I'm pretty
really
I'm ready. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So does that, like, when you do the first time, is that like a roll credit situation, or is there?
I think it depends on because the game does have a story, I guess we should say, because it's not a guarantee in a roguelike, where the prince has a magical item that lets him roll back 3 days, basically the last time he slept is the idea.
Yes.
So when you die, you go back to that moment, blah, blah, blah. But as he's doing these loops, you get to learn more about where his family is, because it takes place in Persia during a Hun invasion. We didn't really give any overview on that stuff, but the city's been invaded, and you're that's where all the enemies are coming from. But you're finding clues of where your family is, and you could bring them back to your home base because it exists outside of the time loop, basically. And it's a little mystery to solve. Now, I think if you beat the final boss without having gathered all of your allies, that I think it would just kick you back, and you wouldn't get like the real ending, true ending. But I happened to line it up to where I had all the mysteries solved the first time I beat the final boss. So I can't say it with confidence, but because on my second run I did not do it with like the story setup, because it gives you the option if you want to like do it that way or not. Basically, hard to describe without spoilers.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, basically you could send all your allies in for like the last loop, I guess, because it's gonna. But I did it without doing that, and there's like something that happens that sends you back, basically. So I think in order to roll credits, you got to have all your allies, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Man, what an interesting way to do that. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's clever to write around the structure of a roguelike.
Yes, I am digging the feel of it. I just obviously am not nearly as deep into it as you are. I think I got to the 3rd or 4th biome, or wherever that boss was. I can't remember if that was. I feel like that was the 3rd.
I think the 3rd.
Oh, maybe you can answer this for me, because I truly did not understand what the game was trying to communicate with me. There are these purple orbs that you get that are basically your currency, not your gold currency, but like
the glimmers. Yeah,
right. And every time actually in between each biome, there's like a section where it's like a viaduct section or something like that, and there is I don't even know what you call it. It's a thing where you can like return these glimmers back to the place.
Yeah.
Or you have the option to destroy them and have them drop them.
Yeah. So you come across the little like the fire pits, basically.
Yeah.
And you can use them to send all your souls back, because that's how you get your permanent upgrades back at home base.
But if you die while you're carrying them, then you lose them.
Correct. So you can take the risk reward, because if you break it, it's an additional 30 soul fragments.
Oh, okay.
So if you break it, and then you could carry that to the next checkpoint or whatever, it's kind of a risk reward situation.
Okay.
Because a lot of the later upgrades, or especially a lot of the costumes, cost a lot of those glimmers.
Are they just cosmetic, or are they
cinders? They're just cosmetic, yeah. But there's a lot of fun ones. There, like I was rocking the Prince of Persia 2008 look with the big long red and blue scarf.
Nice.
There's a really cute reference to the. There's one skin called David, which is the name of Jordan Mechner's little brother that did all the running and jumping for the prince when he was making the first Prince of Persia, and he drew over him. So there's a skin of like the original concept art of the Prince of Persia, or the original version of with like the white suit and the blonde hair.
Right. And just jumping over the gap with the legs like stretched, like really.
Of course, very famous image, and that skin's just called David, and it costs 89 currency, which is
the year it came out.
So very sweet. So I was like, that's very nice.
That's cool.
But anyway, there's a lot of like little ones. There's an Ezio Auditore skin, or Sam Fisher, some Ubisoft skins.
What are the goggles?
Yeah, the goggles. I haven't unlocked it yet, but you can see in the silhouette that he's got the goggles.
That's hilarious.
Or there's a Rayman one, which I think sounds pretty funny, because this is just gonna be like, is the prince not gonna have limbs?
Yeah, because that's the Rayman
floating
thing.
hands. That would be pretty awesome,
right?
But yeah,
So
I recommend, especially if you have Game Pass, there's no reason not to check this out. I think what they've got going on here is different enough from Dead Cells. It's different enough from the rogue-like formula or roguelite formula that it's doing enough interesting things to keep me coming back, and I'm really digging it. I think CB is going to be all over this too.
Yeah,
it's like a different flavor of Evil Empire, and I think he'll be all over it.
right. I think we should specify Evil Empire did all of the DLCs and title updates for Dead Cells, but the original 1.0 Dead Cells was Motion Twin.
Oh, fair enough. Yes,
but all the post launch support was Evil Empire. So this is their first game they made themselves.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
thank you for clarification.
Yeah, and if you care about like flow states in games, this is a very good one for that. It feels so good. I really wrote off the Value's Breath thing because it wasn't there like when I was playing early access. I was like, this is nonsense. Who cares about running faster? But then like it feels pretty good when you get like, guaranteed crit hits when you're in Value's Breath. I'm like, what? All right. Yeah, it's a lot of good. You get some overpowered builds going.
You know what's a good flow state when you break it and you go, oh.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I am. Do you use the ranged weapon at all?
The tools, I often forget they exist. Yeah.
So do I. I'm like, I forget I have this bow, and I don't know why. Like it would make it easier even if I took a couple hits off like on the way. But the problem is it takes. There's a meter for that too. There's so many meters.
Yeah, that's true. And there's a lot to keep track of when you're trying to move so fast all the time.
Right.
But if you get the right medallion setups, like I had a bow, but then like I had a medallion thing that's like, tools are a guaranteed crit, and then it's like, if you have Value's Breath, crits do 50% more damage, and also, I have another medallion that says, anytime you crit an enemy, you also poison them, and then like another one that's like, if you hit a poison enemy, you do double damage. So I'm like, all right, so like I like shot one bow and took away a third of a boss's health. Felt pretty great.
That's those are the runs. That's the beauty of rogues is when you just get that perfect lineup of stuff, and it makes you feel like a god for a minute, and then you're constantly chasing that purple dragon.
I was gonna say because you get stopped so easily so often that when you feel like a god, you feel like you earned it.
Yep.
Through your perseverance. So there's definitely a way to use tools, but it's just so much. It's so much more fun to just run on a wall and like go up to a guy's face and kick him into a pit of spikes.
Yes. Man, now you make me want to go back and jump into it.
It's good. I did a run right before this podcast, man. It felt amazing. Yeah.
All right. That is the Rogue Prince of Persia. Zach and I are definitely enjoying that one. And we are going to go ahead and jump into another review. Actually, Zach, you sat down with Mark and Sean. We're going to play those reviews for you right now. Nicely done, Zach. Good job. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, that was great.
It was nice having you there for moral support.
I was there actually, but
yeah, you were eating Taco Bell.
Sitting in the background while you were. Well, yeah. Anyway, we got some quick housekeeping before we get to our topic. Want to welcome some new members over at facebook.com/groups/the GoCast. If you'd like to join that community, we would love to have you there. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have been trying to post every single day a video game that was released on that day. I've been trying to do that. I'm going to try to do that for a year. I think I've missed like 1 or 2 days so far. But anyway, new members over there, Bobby Shields. Bobby Shields, by the way, the drummer for 2 of the bands that are going to be playing at R2V2. Awesome, dude. My brother, Marshall Maddox, after 11 years of doing this podcast, he finally joined our Facebook group. Also, Logan Lundberg and Brent Murray himself, Dairy House. I think he did. He's doing it now just to tell everybody how delicious his ice cream is again. If you're in the Rockton Roscoe area and you like amazing ice cream, stop at Dairy House. DAIRYHAUS. Good stuff. You can actually buy it around in the area as well too. Discord we mentioned is in the. There's a link for that in the show notes of this very episode, and we have a new member over there as well. Someone by the name of Weeb Witched is that person's name. Appreciate it. Also, if you get a chance, please drop us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. I learned that there is a rating system on Spotify. So if you listen on Spotify, please drop us a 5-star review or whatever you think we deserve. Leave us a note and we'll do our best to read it on the show. And lastly, our website, thegamingoutsider.com. There you can find all of our episodes if you prefer that way instead of a podcast player. Or if you'd like to do some reading, Mark Szymanski heads up our news team over there. He and Sean and Paul Hein are doing an awesome job. Be sure to check out the news over there, as well as all of our written reviews. You can find all of that again at thegamingoutsider.com. All right. Yes, sir. Jacob.
So early in the show, Aaron asked if is there any connection to the old PS2 Shinobi game?
Yes.
And yes, it's made by the same people. It's just a reboot of the series rather than a continuation.
Oh, thank
Just
you
thought
for
I'd
that
throw that
clarification
out
as
there.
well. I'm sorry I didn't know the answer right off the cuff there, Aaron, but appreciate it.
How dare
All
you know
right.
everything?
How dare I not know everything?
Uh,
Wish I knew.
no, he's
everything.
upset that you knew everything.
Yeah. Guys,
Well, I was using the internet since we were on it.
What?
I said I was using the internet since we were on it.
Okay. With that, let's go ahead and jump into our From the Outside In topic. Gamescom was this past week in Germany, and it's the biggest video game event on the planet. Naturally, there's a ton to talk about, but rather than go through the list of everything announced, we each are picking 3 announcements, reveals, trailers, or news items from Köln, Germany, because I think it'll be just what interested us most. So I
Is
want
it
to just read
pronounced
through a list.
Köln?
Köln.
I thought it was Cologne this whole time.
It's actually pronounced Köln.
Hello,
I
welcome to
believe you.
Cologne.
Köln,
I just thought
Germany.
it was Cologne.
Everybody pronounces it Cologne. Like on every podcast I listen
Yeah.
to, Cologne, Germany.
But it's
Köln.
Cologne, huh? All right.
Köln.
How do you know? Are
Like-
you German?
I learned from Garnet Lee, actually. If you remember Garnet Lee from back in the day.
Oh, the One Up podcast? All right.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
of yours.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, Jacob, there was a ton of things shown at this event. So much. But what stood out to you the most?
3 games, well, 4 games stood out to me. Voidbreaker. It seems to be a roguelike where you switch weapons, or not switch weapons anyway, but you mod your weapon and add different effects to the bullets that you have. That seemed really cool and fast paced, and might give that a try. Toxic Commando is a comic.
It took me halfway through the trailer to realize this wasn't Toxic Avengers. I was like, where's the little green dude with the mop? It's like,
He's
that's
the final boss, bro.
I was like, I misread the title in my head, and I was like, oh, they're making a game based on this. No, it's Toxic Commando.
That you were.
So,
I would be disappointed too. Watching it, like, where's
I
all
was
the
like-
things that I love?
yeah.
No.
Yeah, John Carpenter, right? John Carpenter's Toxic
Yeah.
Commando.
Yep.
It's nice. He's a big gamer.
Yeah, but it looks like an hilarious like 80s montage thing. I mean, in one of the in the trailer, one of the characters hits another character's in the junk, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm missing in games. I want that hilarity back.
That's the kind of highbrow stuff we got to get back to, man.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I want my funny back.
I've had enough class in my video games.
Right. This game is too posh for me.
Yeah, no one's got hit in the nuts, man.
Right.
You play your
And,
video games with your pinky out.
I mean,
Right.
the last one was
Controller.
okay, but I kind of wish Ellie had kicked Joel in the nuts once or twice. You know,
Right.
just for
I
fun.
mean, come on. It would have been great. Little break from the action.
Yeah.
Just wow. Anyway, so the second to last one that stood out to me was Cinder City. It's not actually on Steam or anything. I think it's directly from their website. That's by Big Fire Games, and it's an extraction shooter, but it's an MMO. And I don't normally like MMOs, but it does look like it's also not PvP. So
Yes.
if I don't have to go against anybody else, I'm fine.
Jake, you put this one on the format today, and I went and watched the trailer, and I got 5 seconds in, and I was like, oh, another multiplayer shooter. But I stuck around and watched the trailer. By the end of that trailer, I was sold on Cinder City.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, this game looks awesome. Like I'm not even big into extraction shooters, but there is mechs, there are
Yeah.
helicopters, there are all kinds of things going on in this trailer that made like you could have like a helicopter brigade. It looks like,
Yeah.
like a leading that, and then you have ground forces with these giant mechs, and they're all fighting this boss together.
Oh yeah.
This looked really cool, man. Yeah.
And lastly, just for namesake, PVKK. I'm going to try this game because it looks interesting. I like the idea of sitting behind a desk and shooting a giant cannon. However, the actual name, what it stands for, is Planet Inventen Guggen Snacken Commandant. That's it's German for something, but
It's certainly commandant at the end, but the rest of it is a mystery.
yeah, well, my kid took German in high school for I think 2 years, and so I walked up to him and I was like, "What does this say?" And he's like, "Ugh." Like we're just throwing words together to make a new word. So I thought it was interesting that because it comes across the screen as PVKK. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. When I looked it up, the name is extraordinarily long. So
But it's very interesting because it's like you said, you're manning a cannon, but you're just getting it's almost like you're the guy at the desk. You know what I mean? You're getting intel from different people. I get the impression you don't know if you're being told the truth or not. Like you have to make a decision about whether the intel that you're getting is actually accurate, if you're going to fire this weapon or not. And we're talking like a massive, like Final Fantasy VII cannon. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like built on the side of a mountain kind of thing.
Yeah.
And intriguing, like very Papers, Please vibe, like in terms of decision making. But you have to decipher not necessarily facial expressions, but the text and audio dialogue coming through to you. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of fun, but I'm really looking forward to that Void Breaker. That's my kind of game.
Yeah, and if Cinder City comes to console, man,
it's supposed to. I thought it was on PlayStation and Xbox, but on the computer you can't get it off Steam. You have to go to their website.
Interesting. Interesting.
I mean, I'm a big talker. I'm just surprised that
I'm a big talker.
He is a big talker. He's always going to play all these games.
I don't know. Like I'm not a big PvP guy.
Yeah.
But if I can team up with people and take down massive things in mechs and helicopters and all this kind of stuff and do some coordinated attacks, that sounds really interesting to me. I am very much a P and P versus E kind of guy. Like playing with people. I don't want to do it myself.
PvE.
You just say PvE. That's
player versus environment.
How do you like PvPvE?
PvPvE, like where I'm playing
player
like
versus player versus.
Yeah, I guess like Titanfall. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I enjoyed Titanfall, so I feel like a hypocrite saying this, but I would much rather play with other people against some AI. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was huge into Call of Duty for a long time. I don't even care about the PvE, but the PvP aspect of games has just gone so far downhill recently. I can't deal with it anymore.
Well, there's also like so many options, right?
Oh, it's not even that. It's just it just feels like all the PvP aspects of the game are like stripped. Like you can't. It's very hard to communicate with people anymore. You can't really. I mean, I stopped playing Call of Duty when they wouldn't even keep the same lobbies anymore. So they were dumping the lobbies off. So you had to get new people all the time. So
that sucks.
I just gave up.
Nobody keeps their chat open.
Well, that those days are done. I mean that was going away pretty quickly as soon as Party Chat was created on Xbox 360.
Yeah,
which sucks because you met all of the people you were party chatting with via game chat, and yet we all refused to get into game chat again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope that sticks around, like with Gears coming out tomorrow as of this recording.
Yeah.
Like, remember how awesome it was that you couldn't talk to their team until the match was over, and then you all got in the match, and then it would like recap and like
the dead room totally was awesome.
Got you. Yeah.
Well, then they would scramble the teams in between matches. So now the guy that you were talking mess with is like, hey, now he's on your team.
Yes. Yeah. Please keep that. Please keep that.
That's so much fun.
They're gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, they hate fun.
We gotta have a safe we gotta have a safe environment.
I don't know, man. With Gears 1, they might. I mean,
they should, right? Because it's a remake of the Gears we know.
And I really hope that there's no progression. Like, as much as it was kind of cool to see some stats go up in like Gears 2 and 3 with the multiplayer, that did not exist in Gears 1. I hope it's just not there.
I feel like there's gonna be a battle pass. There's gonna be a number that goes up. There's not gonna be a battle pass. But there will be a number to go up, I'm sure.
I think it would be really cool if they didn't.
For an extra $20 a month, you can have access to the battle pass.
Yeah, dude. If you can play 40 hours a week, you can actually get all of your investment back too.
Right. You're gonna get call signs and stuff. Things that wave at you.
All right. Well,
what a
Jake,
nightmare, Ben.
Thanks for your picks, man. And I love how you sneaked in a fourth one there.
I just wanted to add it for its name. I don't even care about the gameplay. Well, I like the game personally, but it doesn't appeal to a lot of people. But the name itself, my
Planet
God.
en Vertide Egun Scannanend Commandant.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Right.
It's definitely the longest single word I've seen in a video game title ever. It's like it feels like a safe word.
I'm sure in German it's fine. It could be
Like
a
a safe word.
Wundersex.
Yeah. Wow.
Zach, what stuck out to you the most?
Well, right off the top, dude, I was so stoked to see Outlaws and a handful of missions get re-released via Night Dive Studios.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. So LucasArts Wild West first-person shooter.
I have never heard of this game until you sent me this one that dropped in the news.
Well, I heard of it, but I haven't played it because it was only on PC, and then I could not get this thing to run on Steam Deck. So I've never had a chance to play it, but thanks to Night Dive, I will get that chance. I'm pretty excited.
Well,
they do good work.
When you say that, like, LucasArts, I was like, oh, this is going to be a point-and-click adventure. So I start the trailer, and I'm expecting, like, dialogue and, and all of a sudden it turns into a first-person shooter. Yeah. And I was like, get out of town.
Doom-esque. Yeah, I think it was the Dark Forces team, if I recall.
That from looking at the way that game animates, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's dude, I'm pretty stoked, man. So a nice one to scratch off the list.
Yeah. See if you find you a physical copy.
Surely they'll do one, right? I feel like the Night Dives. Well, they usually do it through limited run, right?
Right. That's where it gets iffy.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Notice the guy. Oops, sorry, Zach.
No, you couldn't help but notice what?
I couldn't help but notice the guy in the trailer could not aim for anything.
Right? I was saying the same thing.
That was a little mysterious, I gotta say.
I was like, dude,
he is wicked at everything.
I'm not great at shooters, but
damn. It's just like, you didn't have to use these tips, guys. You could have gone over it again.
Yeah.
If these are as good as their Turok releases, I'm in business. And then Bounty Star, The Morose Tale of Graveyard Clem, a game we talked to the director.
Yes, he came into the Desert Island episode with us as well.
And this got kind of lost in the kerfluffle, if you remember, with Annapurna Interactive. Like all of their staff resigned or whatever it was. A lot of their titles got pushed back, but finally it's coming out October 23rd. So that's pretty exciting. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. You have a mech bounty hunter building up your own little farmstead. Sounds nice. Space Western. Hell yeah.
So 2 out of your 3 games are Westerns. Go figure.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame. It's a shame they only showed off 2, right?
Yeah.
But not to worry, because Wild Blue looks awesome. This game is pretty daring because it looks like a legally distinct Star Fox. This is a real if Nintendo won't do it, we'll do it ourselves energy.
Seriously, like it's like they just have a slightly different R-wing design, different animals.
Yes, different animals. Key. Well, I think it's a dog, right, instead of a wolf, or a fox instead of the mane. So yeah, it's but it looks great.
I'm better.
Yeah, do a barrel roll.
Can't wait. I was gonna say, this is the game, Scott, you sent me it was a week ago or something. It was like, oh, look at this. What does that remind you of?
During Gamescom, like
yeah. So 4 days ago. That's all right. So last week. Yeah, I think it looks really good.
4 days ago.
There was some kind of on rails shooter released a few months ago, but it was a Rogue, and I was really disappointed by that.
Yes, Whisker Squadron, right? Which also looked obviously very inspired by Star Fox, but this looks more traditional Star Fox. Yes.
And that is excellent news to me. I just give me like 4 hours of rail shooting. Occasionally you got to whip out the Land Rover or whatever. Dude, I'm in.
And goofy dialogue on the screen.
Yeah, see, when I was watching this trailer, I was like, they should have made the audio worse though. Like the audio quality is pretty rough in those old Star Fox games. Like draw a barrel roll. Keep some of that.
At least it's not as bad as the
Sean Connery now.
yeah, Peppy Harris, voiced by Sean Connery.
Oh, do a barrel roll.
Fox, I told you about your father. He was
killed
by a car wolf. I used to roll with them back in the day.
You sound like more like the guy that does Sean Connery on Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah, is that not I thought that's what the better impression was. Yes.
That's not what your mother said last night.
We're in free range combat mode now. Oh no, it's Sandra.
We have gone off the rails. But yes, Wild Blue
It
looks
good,
great.
right? Looks really
Yeah.
good.
Like it's what I wanted Whisker Squadron to be. I was a little bummed when I
Yes.
found out that Whisker Squadron was a rogue, but I still liked it.
Mhm.
I just not enough to keep going. And I think, as I get older, I want, like you said, a 4-hour, just let me go through that and then play through it again in a different path.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say different pathways, right? Little hidden area routes or whatever. It'd be a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. As for me, I got 3 that I want to mention. Death by Scrolling. I don't know if you guys saw this one. This comes from Ron Gilbert, who is traditionally known for point-and-click adventures, but he made, I want to say a rogue, but it is a situation where it's very pixelated, but the screen is constantly scrolling up. Like, you remember playing Super Mario 3, and there were levels where the screen would actually move by itself?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that,
Mhm.
but instead of it going left to right, it's going from bottom to top. So you were constantly being forced to move up, which I know what you're thinking. Scott, that sounds stressful. That does not sound like a game that you would like. I don't know why this one's
dangerously close to a timer.
exactly. But there's something about this trailer that got me. We were talking about flow state in Rogue Prince of Persia. I feel like this is a game where you're just going to get in a zen moment and just get through the movement, and I'm looking forward to that. And I think I just love the simplicity of the pixel graphics. I don't know, it makes me feel nostalgic while offering me something new that I haven't seen before, and it's the first time anything was shown of this. So yeah,
it's pretty nice to get a surprise announcement from a industry luminary.
Yes. So that was my first one. My second one was BPM Bit Crushed. This is coming to all platforms sometime in 2026. This is the same developer that did BPM, which was a first-person shooter where we're shooting enemies in beat with the music. This one is more, it's doing the same deal where you were attacking and dodging and rolling in beat with the music, but it is third-person or like, I don't know, isometric dungeon crawler-esque. And I am all about that. All about that. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about a game called Beat Slayer that I played for review last year. It's giving me that kind of vibes, but strangely enough, I like the pixelated graphics better than, I don't know, the anime style graphics that was in Beat Slayer. So
I don't know why that would be strange coming from you.
Yeah,
that just makes sense. Yeah.
It looks like Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, that's a good way too. And Into the Gungeon was very much like tile focused, though, wasn't it? No. I'm thinking of what's the one they made a Zelda one out of it? Hyrule, where everything was
Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence of Hyrule. What was the original the original game? Because that was just like a
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Thank you, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Like that formula is what I was thinking. But yes, you're right. This looks kind of like Enter the Gungeon. But was that rhythm based?
No.
So imagine Enter the Gungeon, but you're incentivized for actually attacking on beat with the music that's playing, and the soundtrack seems awesome. I am all about that one. And the last one, I almost didn't put this on my list because we already knew it existed. But
because it's a given.
That trailer for Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, is just making me want that in my veins right now. And the fact it's only coming to early access on October 23rd is like, guys, you've been talking about this game forever. Just release it.
I am surprised they're not just going for the full release right away with this one.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, per our other conversations, an early access release might as well just be a full release.
Hey, dude, I'm convinced on this now. My mind has gotten changed.
Do we know how much it's releasing for?
I do not know for certain. I did not look that up because in my mind, I was getting it no matter what. So it's
right. Well, it was new information, so that counts.
It does count.
Yeah, it's an announcement. Are you going to pick it up in early access, you think, or are you going to try to wait for 1.0?
I don't know if I can wait, man. Like, I mean, here's the problem. I would rather play it on Xbox, right? Get my achievements and sit on my couch. But rogues do really well in portable as well too. So,
I mean, you could do what I do with Rogue Prince of Persia. You get it on the Steam Deck for early access to play, and then when it comes to console, you're like, "Oh, this is way better. I'll do this."
Maybe that's what I'll do.
Yeah,
I don't know. Or maybe I'll get lucky. It'll come to Game Pass.
Treat yourself. It's okay. You can just get Moonlighter.
I mean, October 23rd, R2V2 will be done. Things will be a little bit more calm for me for a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
So
You don't think you'll be too busy playing
Jake,
Bounty Star?
Not this, not this time.
Jake is shaking his head. He's like, no, we are hitting the ground running as soon as this thing is over.
Yeah.
All right, so those were the things that stood out to us the most, but there were obviously a lot of other announcements. We're not going to go through all of them, but there were some that were not on any of our lists that I wanted to add just because I didn't want to not mention them. The big one, which I feel like everybody is talking about, is Hollow Knight Silksong.
Biggest Gamescom announcement.
Finally has a release date, September 4th, which is not. I mean, like, holy cow, dude! That's like like less than 2 weeks from now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like 2 weeks from when they announced it.
That's just nuts. I was not expecting a release date that quickly, and all of a sudden, everybody is moving their games away from that.
I was gonna say, dude, not to go too inside baseball, but we keep getting press releases of games being like, "Well, we're out of September, guys."
Yeah,
I was reading one today. I don't want to there was a game that was delayed that was even on our rundown of new games because it was that close, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're moving out of the whole month of September. We just think the whole month of September is going to be Hollow Knight's time, and we're good. Thank you."
Yeah, I've never seen a press release where they actually reference the game that they are avoiding,
and multiple have.
Yes,
it's pretty crazy. Like I knew Hollow Knight was a big deal, right? So 15 million copies. That's unbelievable. That's more than most Assassin's Creed games sell.
Well, it was also $20.
Yeah, I'm saying the 15 actually.
15, you're right. Yeah,
but nonetheless a phenomenon, right? That's not insignificant for an indie game. So the fact that it could scare away other games, I guess this should not be surprising.
Yeah.
That's same thing's gonna happen with GTA 6.
I was gonna say this is the GTA 6 of the indie world. This is the nuclear bomb everyone was afraid of.
That's it's just I knew that game was popular. I just didn't know it was like stop the world popular.
Yeah, I guess it was always hard to is it that popular or is it just a meme that big about Silksong went?
What I've been wondering because it's been so long. You know what I mean? It's just people have been wondering, is it actually coming out? Is it really going to happen? All this. And I love the response, by the way, because everybody was like, what's the deal with this? And somebody interviewed the developer, and I'm paraphrasing his response, but he was like, there is no controversy. We got a small team. It takes time to make a game like this.
Right.
Sorry. It's just like, I just
maybe
love
announced
that
it too early.
Candid response. It was very cool. So yeah, Hollow Knight Silksong. Oh, by the way, coming to Game Pass. Day one,
right?
So
I wonder if they're regretting. Well, probably not, right? With the hearing about
how. I gotta check.
Well, probably not back then, because remember, they probably signed that deal in the game, and they were gonna originally thought they were gonna bring the game out.
That's true,
right? So they probably could have got a bigger check now, is what I'm saying.
But why isn't Microsoft making a bigger deal about that?
I think they are. Right? It's like when they showed off the Rogue Alley, the first game they showed was Hollow Knight.
Oh, I must have missed that.
So yeah, I think it's a big deal.
I just feel like you would be like slapping that on the end of a trailer and being like, "Play day one on Game Pass."
Yeah,
like
maybe they don't have maybe they don't have a marketing arrange. Well, maybe. I guess I don't know. Who knows? Doesn't matter. I'm not a businessman. I just know it's on Game Pass.
Yep. Also, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe: Dragon Pearl of Destruction. A nice succinct title. Or couldn't they just call it PVVK or whatever? That would have been solved some problems.
Oh yeah. HMMOU.
Coming soon to all platforms. Don't know a date, but coming soon. I love it when they say coming soon.
Yeah, look forward to it not coming soon. I don't know, man. Dude, is every 80s property gonna beat them up? Is that how we're doing it?
I'm fine with it. I was never big into He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, so I don't really have I don't know any of the characters or any of the story or anything. I just knew it existed. But I know Nate Lucas, our former producer, is all over this game.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure people are happy. That's great.
He kickstarted like a Masters of the Universe board game.
Oh, like, so he's a big guy on that one.
He's big into it.
He would.
Fallout, the TV show, got a trailer for season 2, which is coming out on December 7th. I will be direct and say that I did not watch this trailer because I don't need to. I'm going to watch that show no matter what it is. So I avoided this one just because I want to go into the show as fresh as possible.
Right. The first season was really good. Surprisingly good.
Yes. Jacob, anything? Did you watch Fallout?
No.
Did you watch TV?
I played the game.
It's a different story.
It is a completely different story.
I don't care. One thing I was
go ahead.
I was excited for was I did watch it. I kind of stopped paying attention to it because I don't care. I'm not probably going to watch the TV show. But when at the end of it, when they were talking about it, they had like the banners or whatever on the side of the TV screens or whatever, and it showed what's her face in the mouth of a dinosaur. And I was like, oh, they're going to Novak.
Yeah,
I don't remember what you.
well,
I don't
the
remember
first
that
season
reference
ended with a New Vegas stinger, right?
Oh yeah, that was.
I didn't watch the first one, but yeah,
Right, that's
No.
true. He did not. Yeah,
I was kind of well. It's funny too because I fired up my PS3 for the first time in like forever, and it said that it had a disc in it. I was like, okay, so there's been a game in the disc for like, or a disc in the game for like 7 years. So I pulled it out and it was Fallout New Vegas.
yeah.
Nice. Did you fire it up?
No, instead
Why
I
did
fired
you-
up Tokyo Jungle.
Okay, I was wondering why you booted up PS3. Tokyo Jungle would be a reason.
Figured I can't. You
Seems
can't-
like
you
a
can't- Oh, come on.
seems like December 17th might be a smart day to maybe drop a surprise remaster of a classic RPG.
Say Fallout 3.
That would be hilarious. Real slap in the face to the New Vegas fans.
Oh,
I'm angry.
oh,
I'm angry.
you did
He didn't
the
even think of
remaster?
that.
I didn't.
No.
I was just thinking Fallout because I know people love Fallout Vegas, but come on, it's not Fallout 3.
I'm not getting into this because I haven't played New Vegas enough to know. But I will say season 2 is going to New Vegas. It would make sense.
Follow
That would
New
be the way to do it.
Vegas.
And the game
It
is
is-
available on Game Pass, just not remastered.
It is certainly the Fallout game people will not shut up about. That's for
a good-
sure.
Yes.
You want to know why? Because it's good.
I
is
bet
good.
it's very. I believe you.
Just not as good.
It's got
Anyway.
it's guaranteed to be at least good.
The only thing that Fallout 3 has over Fallout New Vegas is that I can cripple a Deathclaw with a toy car.
Oh yeah, I've done
I
that.
mean, that is pretty cool.
That was man. Some of the stuff you could make in that game was pretty rad.
Yeah.
Oh, I want a Fallout 3 remaster so bad. I know Oblivion is out there. I've never played Oblivion. I could go do that.
Okay, that's
I've got-
it's not even related, man.
No, nowhere near.
No, I'm just saying it's Bethesda. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
Not the same game.
I understand it's not the same game. I'm saying, but everyone that got excited about Oblivion was like, Oblivion is there. I'm going to be that excited when a Fallout 3 is inevitably announced and or
Yeah.
released because I will
Gotcha.
play. I will play through that again. I'm going to take a break from new stuff for a while. And just-
Yeah.
Okay.
and yeah, no. This is the time I mean it, man.
Mhm.
Like
That was a pretty magical time when Fallout 3
It
came out. I felt like
was.
everybody was playing. Everybody was talking about it, learning new things. It was pretty cool.
it's
Great
just so
game.
good. All right, we got two more quick ones. Resident Evil Requiem coming out on February 27th. That release date. There was actually two vignettes of this. There was one that was just like a CG trailer, and then there was a second one that was gameplay. Did you guys see both of them?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Guys, I am legitimately stoked for this game after seeing what I saw.
Yeah, man. I mean, when was the last time they made a bad Resident Evil game?
Resident Evil
Six.
6.
Yeah, that was like 13 years ago or so. Like, we've been on a pretty hot streak with Resident Evil.
Yes. Oh man, that's
Yeah.
bad.
Have we ever had a game that lets you at launch choose to play the game in first person or third person?
Yeah.
Like what? What game?
Well, all the Bethesdas.
All the Fallouts. I mean,
It lets
yeah,
you
but-
Yeah, just click of the button.
yeah.
I thought that was a post-launch thing for some reason.
No,
Maybe I'm
Red Dead
crazy.
Redemption 2, you could be first person from the start.
Okay.
GTA 5, it was a post-launch thing.
Oh, is
Oh,
that what I'm
God.
thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool. Like they made a point that you can have the immersive one, or you can actually do it behind her and see her like run and stumble, and
Yeah.
because like that's the thing. It's like she's scared. Like she is
Right.
not like our mercenary. You know what I mean? She's not. What was
well,
the name of the
hopefully, I
police?
assume she'll have an
Stars.
arc, and by the end, she's gearing up for blood, much like our boy
Right.
Ethan Winters in the Resident Evil 7.
I mean, he's got magical healing powers, so
Well, we didn't know that at the time. Although I guess they stapled his hand back on it, worked just fine. So
yeah, like
I guess
like,
we should have
almost
known.
immediately.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah, this is dumb horror movie logic. I'm in.
Uh,
Did you see the Silent Hill F gameplay yet?
I did not. I forgot to.
dude,
You
it's
told me to
awesome.
watch that, and I haven't yet.
Also looks great.
Yeah.
We're riding good on historic horror properties.
And this isn't all the horror games. There was like
Yeah,
there's like 4 others that like looked really good.
Yeah, Chronos is looking really good as well.
Yes. Very Dead Space.
Yeah.
Didn't Silent Hill release something like years ago that had a baby in a sink?
A baby.
I think
in
a
a
PT.
sink.
Yeah, yeah. PT, the Hideo Kojima
There's like a
was secretly
commercial
a
for
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Was secretly a teaser for Silent Hills.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, there was a baby in the sink, an aborted baby, or like a cut out of a woman, bloody
was
fetus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing ruled. PT was awesome.
I was
Messed up.
waiting. I was waiting for that scene the entire time that the trailer was going.
Waiting
know-
for them to bring it back.
Yeah.
You
Silent
know,
Hill will
it-
never really be back until there's a fetus in the sink again.
Right.
They don't care. They don't care.
They don't care.
You know, if
Oh.
they seriously like put that demo on a disc and sold it for $15, it would sell like hotcakes.
Dude, if they put it on a disc and sold it for $60, it would sell like hotcakes.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know why stuff like that. Like, it's not even a full
Well,
game. It's literally a demo.
I think there's still some resentment Konami has towards Hideo Kojima.
Is that what you think it is?
I think so.
But that'd be a way to stick it to him, wouldn't it? Like, we're gonna make all this money off this demo that you made that we now own.
I think it sticks it to him more that like, hey, no one can play your project. Literally, nobody can play what you produced.
Mhm.
I mean, if you have a PS4 still that has it on there,
That's a pretty small group, man.
it's not
You had-
connected to the
you-
internet.
You would have had to have played the demo, and then for some reason, like me, be like, hey, I don't really feel like deleting this yet.
Right.
You know,
Mine was
that's-
still on mine before my PS4 legit died while I was playing Ghost of Tsushima.
It's a pretty small subset, I imagine, of people like us.
Probably. And the last one, which was I think the closer for the Keeley presentation of Gamescom, was Halloween, which is
Was
getting a
it?
2026 release. I think
This is so boring. I don't care about this.
people are
Dude,
excited about this.
They've
man.
made 1,000 of these, man. How many 4v1 horror multiplayer games can we possibly get?
Well, they said this was a single player game as well.
Yes, it does have a single player campaign, but they also said that about Evil Dead, the game. And I don't know if you played the single player campaign, but it was hot garbage, my friend.
Yeah. I did
Yes.
not.
It was just like the multiplayer maps just guided you through. It was the only way to unlock certain characters. God, I was so annoyed. I hated it. So mad. The game was fun though. But I don't know how many of these can we do, man?
Enough.
I mean, I played Evil Dead for like an hour and I was good.
Yeah.
What
That's
was the
what,
other
like,
one?
You have to have a strong affinity for the properties because especially with Dead by Daylight is out there and it has all of them already in the same gameplay format.
And Nicolas Cage.
And Nicholas and Lara Croft, man. Don't forget about her.
Yeah.
they hate their fans though.
Yeah, well, it seems like most live service games somehow do hate their fans, and for some reason the fans are like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna keep playing though. I hate them. I hope they die. But
Oh,
we're gonna
right.
play this game every day."
Did you
I am
watch
never
the
going to play
trailer?
this game ever again. Plays it
What's that?
in 20 minutes.
Did you watch the
Exactly.
trailer?
No,
Go watch the trailer just to hear how horrible of a Dr. Loomis voice they have put in this trailer.
yeah,
It is so off is the best word I can use to describe that. It just does not sound like Loomis at all. I understand that actor is no longer with us.
so you couldn't get was it Donald Pleasance? Is that right?
Yes,
Couldn't
I
dig
think that
couldn't
is
dig
right.
him up. Oh man,
It doesn't even sound like somebody tried it. It just sounds like someone said, make a creepy voice and just read these lines. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
But
But,
the
you know,
score
it's Dr.
sounds awesome.
Well, sure. It's got a pretty
And-
iconic theme, man. It's hard to mess up.
Well,
He sounds
but
like
not,
Old Man
not
Scott.
even the main like just piano part at the beginning or whatever, but like just the overall like creepy
Mhm.
music tones in the background. I'm not a big Halloween guy in terms of like the holiday, but
Mhm.
I really look forward to watching the original Halloween every year. Like I don't know if I've seen all of the other ones, but that first one, it's just great.
Yes, you didn't see the one where he like a cult tries to make Michael Myers impregnate his niece. You didn't see that one?
What?
They get off the rails, man.
What? Are you serious?
I think it's the maybe the fifth one.
So you're saying they're not worth watching past
They're
the
pretty
first
bad.
one? Okay.
I feel like, yeah, they're pretty bad. Yeah, I was gonna say Halloween 2 is also not very good. That first Rob Zombie one I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
and then the first of the new batch was also very good. So I guess just you can only do a first Halloween.
Yeah, you can't continue the story.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, that's what we thought of Gamescom. We had a couple comments from the community as well over on Discord. Mark Zamansky says, I am excited to play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle since now it's coming to Switch 2. And I believe the majority of my gaming for the next few months will be handheld. Also, Reanimal, the spiritual successor to Little Nightmares, caught my attention. Dark and intriguing. Looks like a game that I will enjoy. And yeah, now we know that it will play fine on the Switch 2. It's awesome that Indiana Jones is there. But Mark also has PS5. It's on. He said he's going to be playing handheld mostly from here on out. So
It's a great game, man. You're in for a good time.
yeah. And then over on Fuse, AJ Fletch 27 says just has a list at Fate's End, Edge of Memories, Mio Memories in Orbit, Toxic Commando, Lost Helden, Recur, Deer and Boy, Borderlands 4. None of us mentioned Borderlands 4. Keeper.
There's a reason for that.
Dreams of an. I like Borderlands, and I didn't mention Borderlands 4. I'm legit at the point where I don't know if I'm going to buy Borderlands 4.
Well, if you don't have anyone to play with,
my Borderlands 3 group just doesn't play together anymore, and I'm not going to play Borderlands 4 by myself.
You're definitely not going to find co-hosts on the Gaming Outsider to play with you either.
Yeah, and I have a sneaking feeling this game is not going to do well. I feel like nobody is excited about it.
I don't feel the excitement, but Borderlands has surprised me before.
Well, the movie didn't help.
No.
I don't. Well, I think it was such an afterthought. I don't know if most people are even considering it.
That's probably fair. Anyway, AJ Fletch goes on to say Dreams of Another and Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree. So he had quite a list going there.
Keeper looks great. Game where you play as a lighthouse.
As a lighthouse, that's God, what's his name?
Double Fine.
Double Fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember when Double Fine was releasing all those games that were so out there, but they were all super fun?
Yeah. Well, you know why that stopped, don't you?
It's kind of out there.
Why did that stop?
Because it got bought by Microsoft. And Steve, I can't remember his name now. Is it Steve Butts? Steve Booty. Matt Booty.
Same. Matt Booty.
Is that his name, Matt Booty?
It is Matt Booty, yes.
All right, I got there eventually.
I just love that you had like whatever his name is. It means rear end. You know.
Yes, it does mean rear end. I got there.
Mr. Heine.
Yeah, Mr. Heine. That's my father. Please, thank you. There's that was an incredible behind the scenes clip because Tim Schafer was trying to talk to him. Was like, hey, we have this Fortnite program where our team gets to pitch the games, and then if it doesn't get accepted, like they get to keep their IP for themselves or whatever. And he was like, well, we can't do that anymore. Like, so
what?
Like he did not like any ideas you pitch during Fortnite would be owned by Microsoft right away, was what he was saying. And you can see in the documentary.
I remember that because they were doing that in front of like the whole
of the people. Yeah, because it was like an open house. And he like was like, well, I guess I'll have to let it slide this time because Tim Schafer had already promised him that. And he's like, but in the future, like we can't do that. I was like, wow, okay. So that's what that's.
Why would you share anything? Like if you were work for the team, why would you share anything?
Of course, well, especially if for years we've done this open pitch thing, and the best idea wins. And now this other guy's like, yeah, but even if you give us a bad pitch, it's ours now. I could see how that. Yeah. Yep. Anyway,
how could you say that in front of a staff with any good conscience?
Because you're an executive. Your empathy has probably long since been annihilated out of you. I
just don't get it.
You get paid not to care.
Probably. I have to imagine that these people cared the first time you ruin people's lives, but then by the 12th time you're like, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't care.
You just get calloused.
Exactly. Yeah, that's human nature. How else could you go to bed at night?
Yeah. Well, That's Gamescom 2025, guys. Lots of things to look forward to, and as always, we're going to be busy. We're eating well. Western fans are eating well. Horror fans are eating well. Ninja fans are eating well.
Not as well
Zach
as
is eating well.
I am eating well. I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Next week is going to be our first episode of September, which means we're going to be doing community questions. So stay tuned to the socials, Facebook, Discord, Twitter, all that good stuff. And we will ask for you to come up with questions that we like to answer on the show. We'd like most of them to be video game related, but hey, every once in a while, you guys come up with some random questions that have nothing to do with games, and we have a good time. It is fun. So stay tuned for that. But that's going to do it for this week's The Gaming Outsider. Thanks so much for listening. The episode was produced by Kevin Honigford, and all the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemmage and Metroid Metal. As always, his website is stemagemusic.com, STEMAGEMUSIC.com. Please be sure to email us if you have any questions or concerns. Our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. Zach, do you have any parting words or recommendations for our listeners?
Yeah, started Twisted Metal season 2. Very good. I don't know if anybody caught the first season, but it was surprisingly good.
Because I only got like the first 2 episodes. I need to go back.
It's a really lot of fun. The idea of a Twisted Metal TV show sounded quite horrendous at announcement, or at least of like, what are they going to do? But it is a lot of fun. And here in season 2, we're actually getting the Twisted Metal tournament. What a novel concept. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you would have told me that like Twisted Metal was going to have like a fun, steamy romance at the center of it, that would be hard to believe, but it does.
Yeah. And it works.
Yeah. I mean, it gets introduced like midway through season 1, my guy, and it does work. Yeah.
Did you just say my guy?
I did.
You did say my guy.
Oh my goodness.
I apologize. I apologize all around, and I wish I could strike. Can we strike it from the record?
Stop the cap.
I'm not doing that. I said strike it from the record, please. The stenographer standing by.
You want me to leave an edit point for Kevin to pull?
God.
Yeah, leave it out. Just leave it out. It's going to get out when you and I both say it.
It would be funny. Just Kevin bleeps it out so everyone thinks you cursed like crazy, but you just said that. That'd be great. As for me, I finished.
That's the reputation we need. Thanks.
Yeah, right.
No doubt everyone will just assume I said a slur. So let's maybe.
Yeah,
yes,
probably not. Yeah. Don't want to get you canceled.
Yes.
I finished the second book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I am now on book 3. That series continues to just make me laugh and just I immediately bought the third book. Started listening as soon as I finished 2.
Wow, that's high praise.
These books are ridiculous, guys. And if you have ever played D&D or any kind of video game that does like charisma and intelligence and like all these stats, the writer, what's his name, Kinnaman, is obsessed with detail. Like if you like messing with stats in games, he goes into hardcore detail, but everything is just so funny. There's an achievement system in this world where every time you do something, this voice comes in and goes, "New achievement," and then it reads the you know how like achievements in Xbox sometimes will be like will say funny things.
None of us know what that's like.
Or I think
none of our listeners know what that is.
What an achievement is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's making fun of you for asking the question.
Anyway,
to catch,
but in this one, he writes descriptions of these achievements in really funny ways. It's almost like the voice that is doing these achievements is got his own sense of humor. Man, highly recommend these books. I think I've got like 4 more to go. The series is shockingly long. And I only recently discovered it, so
I had no idea. Yeah, but I've heard other podcasts talk about these books.
Yeah. I convinced Nate to listen to it, and he texted me and said, "Dude, this book is great."
So I got to cave at some point and check these things out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Well, thanks so much, Jake. Thanks so much, Zach, for being here. It has been fun. CB obviously couldn't be here. Hopefully, we'll see him next week. But until then, I'm Scott Clark with Zach Parkerson and Jacob Gunderson, and we are the Gaming Outsider. Remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.
Skibbity is fire.